Speaker, declare him out of order.
Senator Chirangei, I have been keenly listening to the Senator Maanzo, and what he is doing is proposing what the government ought to follow, the route towards introduction of GMO, to be cautionary. I did not hear at any one given moment him blaming the government for introducing GMO food in this country. And therefore, as long as he's cautioning government and giving a path that can cushion the introduction of GMO, I do not think he's out of order. Proceed, Senator.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The Honorable Chirangei has become an expert of racist standing orders, which he does in the court. But let me go on with the contributions so that he doesn't interrupt me. I believe this is also for his own benefit, and I believe, having been in Parliament longer than you, I am very familiar with this topic, and having been in the Committee of Agriculture. And I want to say the effect of lifting of a ban, allows any business person who wishes so to transact, to go on and transact that sort of business in this country. All that I'm urging, Mr. Speaker, is that we have a constitution. There is consumer protection in that constitution. There is a world practice, Mr. Speaker, and we want all to be safe, knowing what cancer has done to many people in the world, and what causes it, and the medication thereof, which is not found at all. The only pain relievers from some such as Wajakoya is very familiar with in the US. And therefore, Mr. Speaker, we have to be cautionary as a country. We have young population, we have old people, and the people have to be given a choice. And there is a bigger practice also in the world of people keeping good health, people feeding well, and in a lot of jurisdictions, we're even protecting the fish after, herbicides and that. And I have evidence that when you grow GMOs, they actually need more herbicides than the normal plants. And again, once you plant the seed is not replanted, because if you plant it, it will not germinate at all. And that's the effect of genetic modification and genetic engineering. And therefore, Mr. Speaker, we want to feed our nation. We want more food in the nation. But it doesn't mean that we don't have sufficient supply in the country, Mr. Speaker. As a Senate dealing with the counties, when the rains come, which I believe will be short rains, and probably not much, we need to have the proper seeds. And the farmers in the Rift Valley, where my good friend Honorable Chirangei comes from, have a lot of maize in storage in their stores. The government should take the initiative to buy that maize from the people of Rift Valley and supply it to all Kenyans. I am aware just in this speech that the President has spoken of sufficient water. In Makueni, we are doing the Thwake Dam, which is going to irrigate quite a big chunk of Kitui, Makueni, Kajiado, and Machakos. And also, we have the farming projects in Gulalu, the coastal area. We have River Tana, we have River Athi flowing all that water going to the Indian Ocean. It should be used in all those counties, Tana River, your county, Mr. Speaker. All those places we can grow a lot of food. If Israel can grow food in a desert, we can grow a lot of food in this country if you utilize our water well without necessarily investing in GMOs. In fact, the whole world will come and buy our food because organic food is more expensive and more required in the world than any other food. So for us to be food sufficient in the world, and for us to be able to feed the world, we need to utilize the water we have, and I have seen the President talk about that. On a more positive note, there is something the President has done which is very, very good about national savings, and I believe he's going to implement it, and that is found on 25, access to affordable credit. And he is looking for a magic formula. The magic formula is when he proposed the Ministry of Cooperatives and SMEs. We can raise our national savings. We can form cooperatives. In fact, that would be the best way through SACCOs. And in America, they are called credit unions. They are the ones who hold the economy of America. We have 14 million Kenyans who are in the cooperative movement. We have, all of us in this house, we are savers in our own SACCO in the house, and you know how quickly and effective it is. You can borrow within an hour, you have the money, you can save emergencies, you can buy food for people. There are families now starving, going without food, and we are helping them in our own small ways every day. And the moment we invest in cooperatives, and we have serious institutions like Arambe SACCO, which is even bigger than a bank. We have the cooperative bank, which helps and finances and have affordable ways of loaning cooperatives so that they can serve. We are talking of housing. There are land cooperatives, there are housing cooperatives, where if Kenyans join cooperatives in large numbers, and especially the youths, and even the money of the so-called hustler fund can effectively be given to the business beginners through SACCOs, whether they are motorbike SACCOs, whether they are matatu SACCOs, and whatever SACCOs or whatever formation, even for business people, even Juakali people have SACCOs. A very good one is in Kisumu, where they have saved so much money. Every day they work in Juakali sector, they save something. So we should encourage Kenyans to save. And this can only be done through the SACCOs. And once you put everybody into that movement, then it is easier to distribute the hustler fund through the SACCOs. If you just give it to people free, you make them poorer than they have ever been. Every time anybody is given something for free, money for free, that person is becoming poorer and poorer. But the moment you help them fish, the moment you give the fishy rod, the moment you give them beginning capital and you regulate it properly to make sure it is not consumed, then we are beginning to transform this nation. So I believe that is